What you just heard was a click track being recorded by two microphones, one going straight into an interface to be recorded and the other going through the Flow 8 first, out from its main outputs into that same interface to be recorded at the same time. A user on Facebook posted today that he's hearing a baseline 200 millisecond delay on everything coming out of his Flow 8's main outputs. He said he's at a live event and it's unusable for the people speaking through the system. It's super annoying. And if that's something you've experienced too, let us know in the comments because that would definitely be a pretty big deal. The screenshot he posted is of the preferences page in the app, and it definitely does say 200 millisecond main output delay, though his app wasn't connected to the mixer when he took that screenshot. So let's connect our app and see what's going on. With the current firmware and the latest app, we can take a look here, and I honestly hadn't noticed that it does say 200 milliseconds in that spot in the preferences page. Let's connect to the hardware with the app and see if that goes away, and it doesn't. It says the same thing even when connected. So let's take a look at the hardware and see if there's 200 milliseconds turned on, because we can verify that really easily. We go into the menu to output delay, and we can see here that the output delay is not set to 200 milliseconds. Even if we do turn it on, turn it off, change it, it doesn't seem to reflect that on the preferences page in the app. So I'll have to reach out to the team that works on the app and see if there's something I'm missing that I don't know about what that represents. But for now, I'm going to assume that that's just a mistake. So let's actually test and see what we're hearing, because that's what matters, right? So again, we've set up a simple interface, and I've got my voiceover mic going into one channel, and that's being recorded onto channel 1 in Reaper. On channel 2, we're recording another mic that's plugged directly into the Flow 8. It's being processed in the Flow 8 with EQ and compression to see if that does anything delay-wise, and we're taking the Flow 8's main outputs into the same interface to be recorded onto channel 2 in Reaper. So looking back, we can see a very, very small delay, which would be expected from running a signal through another processor of pretty much any type. You're going to pick up a couple of milliseconds delay regardless. But it's very clear that this is not 200 milliseconds of delay on everything coming out of the mains. Again, 200 milliseconds would be pretty noticeable. It would be this actually. This is the microphone straight up in the left channel and 200 milliseconds delay in the right channel. So you should be able to tell the difference between this and now I will play the click track with the latency we got from the Flow 8. There would definitely be other people having issues with this if this was something going on as a baseline with every Flow 8. So just looking at the raw samples, if I take just one of these metronome hits, on channel 1, I've got one starting at 1,775,278 samples, and then the start of channel 2 is 1,775,321 samples, and that's a difference of just 43 samples. And if we divide that by the sample rate we're using is 48K here, that comes out to 0.895 of a millisecond. And that sounds just like this. Again, we've got the microphone straight up in the left channel, and we're adding 43 samples of offset or 0.895 milliseconds of delay to the right channel. It'll be interesting to see if anybody else is experiencing this, but now you know where you can look on the actual hardware if you didn't before to make sure that the output delay is in fact turned off. That's all for this one. Please leave any questions, comments, or anything else you've got to say in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Love to hear how you're using your Flow 8 and what issues you might be running into. Maybe we can clear them up in a future video like this. Thanks for watching.